My whole pension, when I was dismissed, it was taken over by SARS.
What is the real cost of reporting crime in South Africa? Is becoming a whistleblower worth the price to pay?
I had properties. I lost everything. I'm going to lose the last property now on the 27th of October, 2025 now.
If what?
If I am unable to convince the court that I have got money to pay for that property, they will take it.
In today's eye-opening episode, we delve into the story of Lt-Col Mpho Kwinika, the former president of South African Police Union, who dared to expose corruption and still pays dearly for it, from being fired to losing his properties. Kwinika's story highlights the real consequences whistleblowers face in South African law enforcement environment. This is more than just a personal story. It's a warning, a revelation, and a call for reform. Don't forget to subscribe if today is your first time tuning into the channel, and for all returning subscribers, thank you so much for always being there for me. Now let's get into the story.
Guys, if you've enjoyed this video so far, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button and subscribe. These videos take quite a long time to make, so if you could help me out, I'll love you forever. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get back to this crazy story.
Now, following Nkwanazi's expose of the terrible things happening in the South African police service and the judiciary and everything happening in South Africa, a lot of people have also gotten opportunity to share similar stories and similar experiences. Now, one of them is the former president for the South African Police Union, who dared expose corruption in the police service and paid dearly for it, and is still paying for the price of being a whistleblower.
When I was the president of the South African Policing Union, I was invited by the National Commission of Police, General Stole, to discuss the issues which he said there were issues of importance coming from Parliament. And I went there. In fact, initially I did not want to, because I felt that the General Secretary could do that job and bring it back to the union. But I have been receiving irritating calls which were insisting that I should attend that meeting. At last I did, and when I arrived there, that meeting took 20 minutes. And then I said, 20 minutes?
Who were you meeting with?
The National Commission of Police, General Stoll.
All right.
With his team. Now, and then I realized that something's amiss, you know, it can't be 20 minutes. I mean, they insisted from 7:15. Now it's 12 o'clock. They were waiting for me. I should be hearing something big, you know, which needed my attention. Right. But only to be told that, no, look, the budget that you were looking for, it's only going to be made available to you at the end of the month or the first week of April. And that was it. So as I left his office, I was overwhelmed by anxiety, you know, and then I made a U-turn. I went back and I said, I don't believe this is why you called me here. There is something big that is coming. And not knowing that when I was in the office with him, they were busy setting up a tracking device on my car. When I left the building, then I realized that I was being followed. Then I informed the General Secretary that I'm not following you because I'm being followed. So I went straight to the bank, and at the bank, I had to pay SARS and to withdraw petty cash for my house. And from there, I had to use, you know, shortcuts to the office. Later that evening, I was then tracked down to Bosman Street. But because of fear now, I then phoned one of my colleagues who then told me that they were at Corner Justice Mohammed, and there's another street there in Maklunek.
Right.
So I drove there only to tell them that, guys, I'll need someone to drive with because I'm being followed. So we waited there for almost an hour, prepared for these guys, you know, to prepare themselves so that they can take me home. And then I was attacked by a huge contingent of vehicles from a team called Operation Dudula.
So these are fellow police officers?
These are fellow police officers.
Who are now attacking you, and they are arresting you. For what?
They brought up charges of criminal injury, assault on police, public disturbance, drinking in public. So
were you drinking at the time?
No, I was not drinking. And if I was drinking, they had the Metro Police with them, they had National Traffic Police with them, they had the whole team, who they could have used to test my blood if I was drinking that night.
Now, recently he spoke with News Africa where he buttressed most of the points made by Nkwanadzi, buttressing the deep-rooted corruption scandals in South Africa. In fact, he even goes to the point of revealing that severally he had written letters to President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, he said his trouble started when he openly criticized the Gauteng Police Commissioner, Elias Mawele, when he was appointed as the commissioner. He said he even went a step further of calling into Power FM because under his leadership, several schools got burnt down.
I strongly believe that as the president of SAPU, I have been confronting issues right on. I remember on the 6th of February when I tuned in into a radio, that is Power FM, when General Mawela was appointed the provincial commissioner for Gauteng. And I phoned in there and I said, it is not through excellence that you are here. It is not because of merits that you are here. I strongly believe that you don't deserve the position because of what transpired in Vuwani. We had 28 schools banned under his watch. And then I was confronted by the communities who said, please, can we use you to expose this team that is busy banning the schools? And then I phoned him. I phoned him and I said, the schools are banning. We got 3 schools banning. We cannot continue and we cannot allow this situation to continue unabated. And then he said he will come back to me. And he never came back to me. 28 schools banned under his watch.
Elias Mawele.
Elias
This
Mawele.
Is the former commissioner of Gauteng.
Yes.
All right.
And I was full with anger because I felt I had failed the communities who wanted services from me. And when there was a change of guard, Patlani took over in 2016-17, somewhere there. I confronted him because schools at that time were still burning. Remember, they only stopped at 28. Patlani's intervention had helped to stop the burning of those schools. Right. So that's why I confronted him on the 6th of February when he was appointed to say, I don't think this is meritorious. This is a political appointment. And I think he was unhappy about it. But on the 20th again, I wrote a letter to the president of the country as the president of the union again. And I informed him that we need to institute a judicial commission of inquiry and look into the fitness of the sitting general, at that time it was General Stoll, fitness to hold office. And why was it so? It was because of the way policing was handled at that time, and including the issue of the 45 million grabber.
Rather, this led to the police office inviting him, ganging him, and beating him, even to the point of breaking his ribs. And his next problem was questioning the SAPS police service, who at the time wanted to purchase a grabber to help them eavesdrop people's conversation.
A grabber machine is an interception tool that intercept people's calls.
Basically, it's a tool to spy on people.
Yes.
Okay.
And it was said to be an instrument the conference needed. You'll recall that General Vuma, General Tsumane, General Sithole, they were caught, entering the courtyard to go and have a meeting with the iView the individual who was selling that product. On a piece of paper, it was written there by General Vuma that this instrument is needed because there are international communities who have got interest in the ANC conference. We don't request a tool such as that one without recommendations that are coming from the operatives themselves. So there was no documentation that was coming from the operatives which suggested that there should be the buying of such a tool. That was one thing. Second thing is that that instrument could be sourced at the tune of about 7.5 million rand. They wanted one instrument at the tune of 45 million rand. And that did not augur well with us.
He lauded General Nkwazi for taking other route of bringing everything out and not going through the normal procedure, because he said if he has done, the procedure would have caught up with him.
No, we were shocked, to learn the way he did it. But we also were mindful. I am very mindful of the system within the South African Police Service. They put you into a protocol environment and they manage it. And then at the end, they know what is the result that they are looking for. And I think General Nkwazi's presence around this have given him an experience, to act the way he did. Because I believe that he might have been, observed or experienced the same thing that I have experienced. And to such an extent that he decided that, no, I am not going to go into that hole. I have to go public.
He is also ready to testify to Nkwazi's judicial inquiry because he believes certain government agencies needs to be investigated thoroughly.
You say you support this inquiry. In fact, you want to testify in this inquiry. Your assault, have you ever found out why you were assaulted the way that you were, and at least your belief that you were followed and things happened to you as a result of you submitting a document to say the police management of the time must be investigated? Is that part of the premise?
Look, I really want the commission and even the ad hoc, if possible, I need to go to both of them, because I believe that IPID need to be investigated. And the national prosecuting authorities must be investigated. The three advocates who were employed by the SAPS to look into my disciplinary hearing, they must be investigated, because I strongly believe that they did not act diligently, with skill and care. And that they did not maintain the decorum of the court. I also believe that the presiding officers in both the departmental hearing, the hearings which took place there, that is Matlapeng, the advocate Matejwana, advocate Ngobese, advocate Mbuweni, these people need to answer, because what they did is against the Prevention of Corrupt Activities Act, Prevention and Combating of Corrupt Activities Act. I also want the National Commission of Police to explain to, not to me, but to the public and the police officials, why didn't he respond to the issues that I placed before him?
Yeah.
He had not followed the requirements of the PFMA Section 38, which says that accounting officers, when corruption is reported to them, they need to take necessary steps on that. The issue of the LPC, I spoke to Advocate Fori. I want him to explain, not only to me, again, to the public, of the advocates, of the legal people,
of the lawyers.
Of the lawyers. They need to deal with those issues.
Bursting out on the effect of reporting crime, he revealed how he has lost all his properties because he became a whistleblower and wanted the best for South Africa. He revealed how he has lost all his properties and has his last and current property also to lose.
You also want your job back. You were a lieutenant colonel in the police when you lost your job in 2021. These are now your personal circumstances. How has all of this affected your personal life?
Look, I think I've been in the service for 33 years. My whole pension, when I was dismissed, it was taken over by SARS. I haven't, not even a cent. I left the SAPS, not even a cent was paid to me. I had properties. I lost everything. I'm going to lose the last property now on the 27th of October, 2025. Now.
If what?
If I am unable to convince the court that I have got money to pay for that property, they will take it. And that will be done with me for reporting crime, for being a whistleblower. And I strongly believe that maybe these two institutions will be able to remedy the situation that I'm faced with. I have done nothing wrong. I have never taken a cent from the SAPS. I was never taken a disciplinary process for misconduct in the SAPS, let alone the issue of crime. I could have been erratic, in using the gun against people. I have never done anything. I have a clean record. But the police management and the executive authorities decided to gun for me. For what? For reporting crime.
Mpho Kwinika, thank you very much for sharing your story, sir. And hopefully, you will be given the opportunity